June 23rd, 1998, Nebraska. The day started peacefully until an intense noise from an airplane shattered the stillness. But an aircraft shouldn't have been there, and it wasn't.
Panic. This is not good. Shit.
On that day, an ordinary local farmer captured footage that would ultimately go down in history. What was going on in that town? To answer that, we need to rewind, way back, to what had been causing violent weather swings all year. Because actually, it began with a whole planet acting strangely. El Niño. Just these 6 letters send shivers down spines across entire continents. In the fragile balance of our world, it's like a single push that sets everything in motion. The Pacific starts to simmer, heat rising like a fever, triggering a chain reaction in the sky. The warmth rushes upward in a powerful stream. It crashes into colder currents and shifting winds. And then, a terrifying vortex forms, spinning like a washing machine drum. People stand frozen, dreading the moment it makes its path to touch the ground. That's how it all was set. First, with the deadliest tornado in Florida's history, February 22nd to 23rd.
Said 42 people lost their lives, nearly 300 hurt, and thousands of buildings damaged or destroyed, leaving behind over 100 million in damages.
Next came a record-breaking 67-mile-long tornado in Minnesota, March 29th.
Over the next 2 hours, 5 weak tornadoes would form as the storm made its way east. Then at 3:50, another tornado touched down in Murray County. It would tear through the farmland of Cottonwood County before arriving in the town of Comfrey at 4:30 as an F3, destroying 50 homes along with most of the city's downtown. It would then grow to an F4, winds swirling at more than 200 miles an hour and more than a mile wide.
Then, Alabama and Tennessee, devastated in April.
The Birmingham tornado struck the western part of Jefferson County, Alabama. It was part of a larger outbreak that started on April 6th across the Great Plains and ended on April 9th across the Carolinas and Georgia. The worst of the outbreak started around 7 p.m. when a supercell storm originating from Mississippi entered Pickens and Tuscaloosa counties. Shortly after, it spawned the Birmingham tornado.
By May 1998, the northeastern U.S. was under the highest severe weather alert ever issued for the region. The professionals sensed that something big was approaching, but predicting exactly what and when, almost impossible. And now it's June 23rd. Atmospheric instability was increasing. Meteorologists call it convective available potential energy. Wind speeds from the low-level jet were also on the rise. A perfect storm was forming between 1,600 and 6,500 feet above ground. Tornadoes aren't unusual in this region. In this part of the world, history is carved into the wind. But this twister wasn't like the others. It moved slowly, hovering over fields, like it was hunting. The first alert came near Rapid City, South Dakota, around 6 p.m. But all eyes quickly turned to a particular storm forming southwest of Columbus. What made it stand out in the limelight was its controversial classification. There are debates among meteorologists and storm chasers about it. But now, we're returning to the scene to complete the picture. We'd come back to the conflict point eventually. So, residents were holding their breath in suspense as the storm zeroed in on the city's heart. Fortunately, the tornado didn't form right in the city center, but it wasn't done. To fully visualize the events, we'll look at the tornado through 3 separate stories, 3 different views on the same force of nature, with one in the center of it. The first observer, Kent Sanderman, was located slightly north of town. He began filming what would turn into one of the most iconic weather videos of the day. Right before Kent's eyes, the tornado struggled to form, again and again, each attempt fading like breath on a mirror. The storm couldn't decide, birth or retreat. Then, he spotted another concern. Further south, another vortex was beginning to emerge. Not as strong, more like a shadow following the main storm, some kind of echo. Within minutes, the funnel stabilized. It turned into a full-blown atmospheric predator.
It hasn't touched ground. Look at the tail coming again. Oh, look at Martha, it's on the ground. It's hitting the ground. Oh no, it's hitting the ground. Oh man, I hope somebody doesn't get hurt over there. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Online, confusion ignites. Was there one tornado in Columbus, or multiple? In fact, this structure matched that of a classic multi-vortex tornado, one core, with several smaller threads swirling around it. These threads form when the tornado's core meets the high angular velocity of the air. They come and go in seconds, sometimes merging again. Generally, they fade back into the main column just as quickly as they form, fueling the main spinner with kinetic chaos. At this milestone, we see the massive giant, just as another witness, Arlen Wilkie, did. He was positioned only 3 miles from Kent Sanderman. The tornado continued to grow, in size and fury.
Trees now that are completely stripped behind it. We're gonna need some help if we fix the farm.
We'll be there.
Tell them to start check. It's gonna be going through Arnie's and Lucy's. It looks like it's heading to Jerry Arnie's place, Lucy's, that area. Doc Runge.
Visibility dropped. Time felt like it was stretching to its limits. The tornado was no longer out there. It was right here. Its slow nature allowed it to destroy gradually, rather than tear through quickly. Things went from bad to worse, as baseball-sized hail, 4.5 inches, came pouring down, smashing everything in its path, as if the town were made of origami.
We got it on video from right here. We're just about to see a house disappear, I think.
It's on the other side of Reuben. It's on the other side.
It's on the other side now. I went past Irma's house and we can still see Irma's house. So it's somewhere on the other side of Irma Rickard's house. It didn't touch it. It went north of Irma Rickard's and it didn't touch it.
Get some people over to Lucy's and that area. Tell Arnold. And
Gotta be.
it went right through Arnie's place and it's
Gotta be over east of Irma Rickard's.
Get that. I don't want that as a souvenir. Right there.
Jerry Arnie's place had to be hit, I would think. I don't know. And maybe Long Branch.
There's a huge one down there.
Long Branch.
Yeah, I ain't going out there either.
We're all right.
You know, when a tornado looks like it's not moving, that's when it's probably heading straight for you. That's exactly what happened to Andy Ulmer. His footage shows the storm closing in.
This don't look good. Should have that weather alert.
Holy cow, look at that hail it just dropped.
Pretty good sized. Get a pooch. It looks like a tornado gone.
From another angle, Arlen Wilke captured the same moment. The funnel bearing down on Andy's farm. It was a nature blender, no question, grinding up the horizon. But curiosity glued Andy there. Credit where it's due. The footage and the courage are remarkable.
Damn big hailstorm's coming down.
Hi, come on, Andy. Good.
Whoa. That is definitely. No,
Huh?
that's their tornado boys. Shit.
Against the sunset, the tornado appeared as if it had come straight from hell. Most people would have been seeking shelter in a basement, or at least on their way there. But Andy was so mesmerized by its scale and power that he was still in his underwear. He asked his wife, Susan, to bring pants to him. The oddly human moment and hilariously out-of-place line in such tension became iconic.
Susan, get my pants.
Facing a monster, people react in all kinds of ways. Andy experienced the phenomenon of observer's paralysis. Probably he was convinced that everything would be all right, and there's no need to panic. But trying to keep pace with a tornado, that's an incredibly dangerous game. Who knows what could happen? Just as it seemed to reach its peak, the tornado suddenly changed shape, then vanished. But that moment was deceptive. Andy saw it reforming. Then, the vortex veered west, miraculously missing his home. It was pure luck. While Andy recorded the final bow from a close distance, Arlen and Kent watched from safer positions several miles south. Andy captured the very end, the tornado, twirling one last time before disappearing. Later, a local described the apocalypse like this.
All of a sudden, the temperature changed probably 20 plus degrees in an instant. Then the birds start chirping, coming out, and we knew it was pretty much over with. Yep, looks like it's going again. It's gone.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, she's lost a few more shingles again.
Well,
Hailstone?
big softball size hailstone.
So, what did meteorologists have to say? The tornado was classified as an F2, but its size makes that hard to believe. This was a colossal funnel, as wide as a football field, threatening to destroy everything in its path. For context, a 1995 F2 tornado in Texas lasted only a few minutes and was just 150 meters wide. The one in Columbus? Over 500 meters, more than 20 minutes active. And yet, F2? It didn't feel matched to the ferocity. Let's dig deeper. After some research, I found a comment that puts it all into perspective. This wasn't the EF scale. It was still the old Fujita scale in 1998. Yeah, that's frustrating. The rating isn't based on how terrifying the tornado looks, but on the actual damage it does to known structures with known resilience. We still mostly work on the principle. Looks like an EF5, but no proof. So if a tornado swept over open fields, like the one in Columbus, even a 1,760-foot wide monster might be labeled weak. Nevertheless, there was no doubt among meteorologists and storm chasers. This thing was far stronger than the rating suggests. Though it struck only 8 farmhouses, the NOAA database recorded over $4.5 million in damages, $500,000 in crop loss, and $4 million in property damage. No new building codes were enacted in Columbus after the 1998 tornado. No mandates for reinforced basements, no shelter certifications. In February-March of 1999, America learned about Storm Ready, a National Weather Service certification program. But it's just a quality mark for areas that meet specific criteria: communication systems, training, action plans. Safety was, and still is, a matter of personal choice. Now, as storms gather over the city, some people glance skyward, hearing a whisper from 1998, hoping that the worst is already behind them, and let it be so. Why is this tornado still remembered? Maybe storms like this stay with us longer, not because of what they take, but because of how they stay, long enough to be seen and to be feared. After all, the most terrifying things are the ones that give you just enough time to underestimate them, the ones that are waiting for you to think they won't come. Do you agree? Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself.